So today for reading, we are going to be learning about asking and answering questions while we read the text. Our goal for today says, I can ask and answer questions about a story to help me better understand what I am reading. So we ask and answer questions as we read to help us better understand what we're reading. So let's look at our board up here. This says asking and answering questions. So why do we ask questions? Let me think. Well, let's look at our goal again. I can ask and answer questions about a story to help me better understand what I am reading. Oh, so when we stop to ask questions about our reading, does that help us better understand what we're reading? Right. So why do we ask questions and answer them while we read? To help us better understand what we are reading. So by asking and answering questions, it helps us better understand what we're reading. So when do we ask questions? I'm going to give you a minute of think time. Oh, my dog's barking. I'm going to give you a minute of think time to think about when we would ask questions. Okay, so when do you think we ask questions? Do we ask them before reading, during reading, after reading, or all the time? We ask questions all the time. So we can ask questions before we read. We can make predictions about what the book is going to be about before we read. We can ask questions during reading. Like if I see a tricky word as I'm reading, I can ask a question to help me better understand what that word means. Or if something is going on in the story that I don't understand, I can ask a question. We can also ask questions after we read. I wonder what would happen next. Or I wonder if that character hadn't done that, what would have happened? So we can ask questions before, during, and after reading. Now how? How do we ask a question? So I've been saying this a lot. You can use two words to help you ask a question. You can always start your questions with, I wonder, ... So you could say, I wonder what this book is going to be about. I wonder why that character is feeling sad. I wonder where the story is going to take place. Those are really great questions to ask, and they all begin with I wonder. Now, how do we answer questions? We can answer questions by reading our books. So when we have questions about the book, like our question, I wonder why our character is feeling sad. When we ask questions like that, usually as we read, we find out more and we can answer our own questions. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to read you kind of two books. I'm going to start reading you one book and I'm going to show you how to ask and answer your own questions. And then I'm going to read you another book and you'll get a chance to ask your own questions and answer them. So the two books we're going to read today, the first one is called Class Trip and it's a Peppa Pig book. And then the other book that you're going to be able to ask and answer questions with is called Stripes by David Shannon. So this is our first book we're going to read today, and it's called Class Trip, and it's a Peppa Pig book. So I'm going to show you how you can ask and answer questions. Class Trip. I wonder what this book is going to be about. Oh, I know what I can do. I can look at the cover, look at the title, and the picture on the front cover to help me answer that. I wonder what this book is going to be about. Well, it looks like they're eating lunch, and it looks like there's a bus with their teacher, and it says class trip, so they're probably going on a class trip. Let me think of another question. I wonder where they're going. Let's read to find out if my question gets answered. Peppa and her friends are going on a class trip. Let's check that you are all here, says Madame Gazelle. Here, cries Peppa. Today, says Madame Gazelle, we are going on a trip to the mountains. Did that answer my question already? My question was, I wonder where they're going on a class trip to. And the book says, today, says Madame Gazelle, we are going on a trip to the mountains. So by reading, it's helping me better understand the text when I asked a question. Now I know where they're going. They're going on a trip to the mountains. Hooray! Cheer all the children. Peppa and Susie are already a little hungry. Can we eat our lunches now, please? They ask Madame Gazelle. Why don't you eat your apples and save the rest for our picnic? The teacher replies. Crunch, crunch. The bus has arrived at the foot of the mountain. The road is very steep. Steep. I'm not quite sure I know what that means. What can I do to help me solve this tricky word steep? Let me try rereading. The bus has arrived at the foot of the mountain. The road is very steep. I'm still not sure I know what that means. What else can we do? Right, we can look at the picture. Let's use our picture clue to help us. So the bus is going up the mountain and the road is very steep. Oh, so that means it's on a hill and it's a really tall hill. So the hill is very steep because it's going up, pretty sharp turn. Great, the road is very steep. So we reread and used our picture clues to help us solve tricky words. So we can even ask questions about tricky words in our book. I said, I wonder what the word steep means. And I used my picture clues and the text to help me figure it out. So now it's your turn.